Good morning, traders. It is Wednesday, November 8th. We are about 3 hours before the open. I'm trying to get an early start to the day. Like in all videos, I like to start with our previous pick so that you can see how it's doing. VZ was one of many stocks that I highlighted on the long side. I like it. I like this breakout through these high plus trend lines. It's currently challenging the 200-day moving average. It looks like it wants to poke through it. We've had really nice price movement off of the low. If we zoom out, and this is what I'm really looking at, there is a very long-term trend line that comes into play right down through here that the stock has been able to break above. I think that this stock is going to continue to rally into year end. I'm looking for a nice steady stock that when it starts to trend, it continues that trend. And now I believe we're seeing a trend reversal off of a double bottom. The stock also has had nice strength into year end. I think it's the kind of stock that portfolio managers want to have when they're dressing up their portfolio at year end. Verizon, cell phone company, nice, stable. And I am looking for the market to gradually float higher into year end. I think this stock fits really well. The option implied volatilities are very low, so I suggested buying a January call option. So VZ still looks good. Market still looks good. But today what I want to do is I want to focus on our chat room. And yes, I'm going to have plenty of trades for you to take a look at. But what really is a chat room? What's it intended to do? I've never been in a chat room. But when I designed ours, I knew what I would want to have as a trader in a chat room. So let's take a quick look at it. The first thing is that I want to have a systematic trading approach because a chat room, at least the ones that I've heard about, are all random trade ideas. In fact, they don't even have to be trade related. You can have people talking about last night's World Series game or where they just recently vacationed or a video game that they're playing. Who cares about any of that stuff? I want to trade. So if you click on our website and go to the Edge, we have so much content. In fact, the system, this is an entire course. This would take you a couple of weeks at least to read through with annotated charts and specific examples of trading, relative strength, relative weakness. Why does it work? Well, I describe why it works in all of my videos. So we also have all the videos that help put all the pieces together. But when we have a chat room and everyone follows the system, when a trade is posted, and we know exactly why that stock fits right here and right now. So we want all of our members laser focused on the system. And guess what? If you post a trade and you post a stock and it doesn't fit the system that we trade, you're going to hear about it. Your post is going to be removed. We'll give you X number of times to right yourself. And if you just can't get a grip on the system, we're going to suggest that you go back and reread it, but we're going to start removing your posts. By the way, if you want to, you can mute any trader that you want. You can simply highlight our featured traders if those are the only posts that you want to see in the chat room. We also require that the entry be very timely. And if you post an entry, you must post an exit so that we can track how the trade went. You can also go in and see traders with their entry and exit just for that one trader, or you can see a summary of what everyone has been trading in the chat room. Very, very easy. We also have the ability for Option Stalker and Option Stalker Pro members to click on a symbol that's been posted in the chat room, and that will take you right to the chart as well. So for instance, if I clicked on Qualcomm, I'd be able to see what the chart is doing. Very nice cross reference. I can also go back and I can search in the chat room, and there you'll see we've got lots of resources. One of them is the chat search feature. Now I can go back if I wanted to, and I could put in ADBE, for instance, Adobe, and I could search for just that ticker symbol. I could also put in a username, and I can define a timeline when I would like to see their posts, so I can go back and see everything that that particular user has posted. And so right now I'm going to go back and I'm going to search for Adobe, and there are all of the references to Adobe. And you can see who's trading it, when they traded it, check the timestamps. The one thing that I don't want in a chat room is I don't want to hear about someone's fantastic winner where they just come in and they post the exit. Oh, great, nice job. Well, that's not legitimate. How do I know you even entered the trade? And from what I hear, that's what a lot of chat rooms have, is people just coming in and posting a bunch of big winners. We don't know when they got in. We don't even know if they got in. So there is credibility that's established within the chat room based on someone's previous performance. And then members can go in and they can actually rank how well they liked that particular post. So, hey, we're getting long Adobe, or we're exiting Adobe here. And then members can come in and vote on what they thought of that particular pick. So lots of features built in. Now, within the chat room also, as you start to scroll through, you'll see that some of the members are highlighted. We have moderators, we have proven traders. Proven traders are traders who have demonstrated the ability to master the system. They're up and coming, they've posted great picks, and we also have featured traders. These are our professional traders. Dave Wise, Harry Seldon, two of the best traders that I've ever met. I'm in the chat room constantly throughout the course of the day. My job is to keep us on the right side of the market. So I'm constantly posting all the different inputs that help me determine what kind of trading day are we in. Are we in a low probability trading environment? Should we be trimming back our trade size? What side of the market should we be favoring? Should we be long? Should we be short? Are we in a bullish trend day? Is this the type of day where we should be buying stocks and riding them as long as possible for day trading? Is this a good setup for us to start considering swing trades? So at the beginning of each trading day, I go in and I give the flavor. Here's the context of the market. I'm going to try and scroll back yesterday and see where those comments are. And so this tells you what you should be looking for on the open, how you should be approaching the day. What are the different scenarios that could play out during the course of the day? Let's say there's a gap up. How good is this gap up to trade? Should we be looking for a gap reversal? How will we know? So all of that flavor and context is provided before the open. Are there any big numbers that we need to be aware of? Is there going to be an economic release after the open? Is there Fed speak that's happening during the course of the day that we need to be aware of? Those are all things that I highlight. These are my pre-open market comments from yesterday, Tuesday, and it boils everything down. And my suggestion was, let's see how the opening gap up plays out. And we could take a look at the market very quickly here. And we'll put up the S&P 500, and we'll take a look at that 5-minute chart. Excuse me. So here we had a pullback from the opening gap higher, found a bid, and then we gradually ground higher. Here we got into very choppy trading, but the overall bias yesterday was very bullish. OneOption plays a big role in that market analysis as well. It's a proprietary indicator. So between the system that we teach and the Option Stalker platform that has all the searches, so these stocks conform to the patterns that we're looking for and the relative strength that we're looking for to the chat room where you see all of the pieces come together. That's what OneOption is, and that's what the chat room does. It's nothing random. We are laser focused. We are only talking about trading. We are only talking about really nice trades that are setting up. And let's take a look at some of the different stocks. You can see all the different stocks that we traded yesterday. DDOG long, Lilly long, GEN, RBLX, TRIP, BTU, Microsoft, Uber, Adobe. We could take a look at some of these. Let's go in and check some of the stocks that we were trading yesterday. And there's no secret where these stocks came from. Let's go in and zoom in a little bit so we can get a closer look. Beautiful breakout on Uber. Got this breakout through the downward sloping trend line. Now we're challenging the high. Nice volume on that stock. Excellent. Microsoft. Really nice breakout. Here we also had a breakout through this downward sloping trend line. You can see the nice stacked green candles here. Horizontal breakout as well. I like Microsoft. Adobe, you know I like that one. That one's been in my videos the last couple of weeks. I had mentioned how the stock held this compression beautifully during that big market decline. So when the market was down this whole time, this stock was actually in a nice compression. As soon as the market found a bid, whoosh, gone through these major horizontal resistance levels. Really, really nice stuff. TRIP was another stock that I just mentioned that was traded yesterday. Beautiful big breakout here through the 100-day moving average, through all of these trend lines as well. So all of these features within Option Stalker Pro support our decision making on why this stock looks so good. Put up the studies, we've got real relative strength, and then we can also see how the stock is poking through, and now it has strength. Microsoft, might as well put that back up. That stock has had very nice relative strength recently. Look at that strength above zero when the tech sector was badly beaten down. So that's another thing that you should have in a chat room. In particular, timely posts, laser focused on trading, a systematic trading approach that everyone should be reading, should be aware of, should be mastering. This is a way for new members to post trades. If they're not exactly good, well, then we can point out to them, here's why I would hold off on that particular trade right now. In fact, I think I had an example yesterday. I had someone who pointed out a very weak stock. And I'd said, this stock is nice, but it's overextended on the downside. It's very choppy. I can't find it at the moment. But you can see all the trades that have been posted in here. Laser focused. There's no garbage in here. We're not talking about each other's days or video games or what they ate for dinner or any of that trash. We are trying to find really good trades together, and we're helping each other by giving a thumbs up when we really like it. We've got a trade log that runs down the side here. We want timely entry posts. If you can't post it on a timely basis, I get it. We're all traders. Don't post it at all. I don't want to see something that's way up 20 minutes after you entered. That doesn't do any of us any good, and it takes away from the legitimacy of the chat room as well. Is this what your chat room is doing? At least from what I'm hearing from our members who have been through dozens and dozens of chat rooms. Those chat rooms are nothing like this. They're all just random thoughts. Some guy wants to post something. We don't even know if it's a good trade or it's a bad trade. We don't know his basis behind the decision making. It's just a random post. We don't even know if the trade's going to be successful or not. How does that help us? It doesn't. That doesn't do us any good. Versus taking a look at some of these posts in here, which one of the posts that I made an hour after the open was take a look at QQQ. QQQ is breaking through some major trend lines. If we're going to be focused on any sector, it should be the tech sector. Continue to scroll down and you can see some of the other stocks, Shop, Amazon, UNH. These are all nice picks through the course of the day. And here's the beauty of the chat room, is that it's not just me posting great picks. The members are learning this system, and we have at least a couple dozen members who are really on the brink of breaking this wide open. So you definitely want to pay attention to their posts when you see them come up. So that's what a chat room should be. I'm going to scroll back and I'm going to show you some trades that I posted yesterday. You know from my videos that I've been doing recently, I've been bullish. I'm looking for a year-end rally. I also think that we could see a little market dip in here. Nothing too daunting. So what I'd like to do right now is I'm going to show you some charts that I posted before the open yesterday. These are some bullish put spreads. Why do I like bullish put spreads? Before I show them to you, let's get our market context. Market first, market first, market first. So we've got this big market drop, generally a downward sloping trend. This is from August through October. And we can see how the market has gradually been drifting lower. This is seasonality. Market tends to be weak from August to October, but then that all changes. The end of October, we start getting into very bullish seasonality. I've mentioned that to you. I've mentioned that I'm looking for a capitulation low here. Don't be sucked into this. The hour is late. We're going to see a reversal. Now we've got the reversal. We're above AVWAP-Q. We're above all the major we're above the 200-day moving average. So I can put the 200-day moving average up so you can see where that comes into play. Above AVWAP-Q. We're above the 50-day moving average. We just need to get through the 100-day moving average and this downward sloping trend line. Both come into play right around that 440 level. We get through that with a nice head of steam, we're going to float higher. It might be on light volume. I don't care. You can see how the 1OP bullish cross here picked that low almost perfectly. So could we get a little bit of a pullback? Well, we've seen some heavy selling so far in the last few months. This has been a nice run back up. Yeah, I would look for a little bit of a pullback to the 50-day, maybe to AVWAP-Q. That would be a good point for us to analyze the magnitude and duration of that pullback. I'm looking for very stubborn mixed candles. That will tell me that the bid is still strong. We're digesting some of these gains, and then we get another leg higher. Given that market opinion, I want to sell some out of the money bullish put spreads because I feel that any pullback is going to be brief and shallow, but a pullback's a pullback. A bullish put spread distances me from the action. I'm out of the money. Time premium decay is going to work in my favor. The market will find its legs and then move higher. So a bullish put spread makes perfect sense to me, but we still have to find the best stocks. So let's go through and take a look at some of the stocks that I highlighted. One that I highlighted a few weeks ago, I believe it's been at least 2 weeks or so, I liked Spot. So I'd given members an idea of how they should approach a bullish put spread on this stock. We have a compression breakout. This compression took place during a market decline. That is a sign of relative strength. So what I would like to have happen is I'd like the market to pull back, and when it does, the stock pulls back and tests the upper end of this trading channel. That is going to give me some decent put premiums for the low end of this compression, which is where we should find support. Because we found support there, when the market was falling apart. Those buyers are not going to budge. They will jump at an opportunity to buy there. That's why we use that, and that's why we sell the bullish put spreads below that support line. Tick, tick, tick. Time premium decay whittles away at the position. We've got lots of breathing room. We know there's support there. We can generate a nice 25% return on these spreads in a 4-week period of time without having to sweat it. Great swing trading strategy. For those of you who aren't able to trade full time, I've got videos on selling out of the money bullish put spreads. That is a very low maintenance strategy. I feel that the market conditions are right in November and December to sell some of these spreads. So please go back and view some of those videos. In fact, I'll put a link in the description area of this video. So how do I know what type of spread I'm going to be able to get off if the stock pulls back? So currently the stock's at, let's say, 167 and I need it down to 162. What might I be able to get down here for a 150, 145 bullish put spread? Well, I showed a little trick that you can use just to gauge where those premiums might be. And so if there's a $5 pullback where the 155, 150 bullish put spread is currently trading, well, this is where the 150, 145 bullish put spread will be trading on a $5 pullback in the stock. So we just shift down one level. So these are going to be trading where these are right now with a $5 move. And if I get that type of move, I can see that spread is going to be 60 cents bid, offered at $1. I'd really like to get $1 for that spread. Given that the stock doesn't have a lot of volatility, given that it's in a compression, might I take 80 cents? Yes, I might take 80 cents for that spread because I think that's a high probability play. So that is just a little tip on how you can evaluate some of these spreads. So I'm going to continue to go back and take a look at some other stocks that I posted. This was a really nice spread. This is a spread that you were able to get into yesterday near the open. Coin. Why do I like coin? Again, think about what the market has been doing over the course of the last 3 months. Down, down, down. Well, what has the stock been doing? It has been compressing and it has really nice horizontal support. I don't think this stock is going to go anywhere. If it were going to go down, it would have done that over the course of the last couple of months. Well, maybe there's going to be a bad earnings reaction. No, earnings were just posted, and in fact, the stock is poking through the upper end of this trading channel or this trading range. So it looks to me like, if anything, it's going to continue to float higher. So what I'd like to do is sell a bullish put spread below this compression, which is horizontal support, and below the 200-day moving average. What could go wrong with this trade? Well, it's not going to be an earnings-related news event because earnings are already behind the company. Maybe it's a big market sell-off. Oh, big market sell-off. Yeah, well, that would put this stock in jeopardy and perhaps this spread. But we've already seen the stock hold strong during a market decline. Why would this time be different? And here's the kicker. In order for the stock to come down here, it has to get through the 100-day moving average. It has to get through AVWAP-E. It has to get through the 50-day moving average. It has to get through the 200-day moving average. All along the way, there is support. Buyers have shown that they want to own the stock there. And this stock has really nice, rich option implied volatilities. So I'm able to distance myself and go all the way down here and sell a 70-68 bullish put spread for a 40-cent credit generate that 25% return based on my maximum risk and the margin that I need to put up on the position, that is a really good trade. 25% in a month and do it consistently and distance myself from the action, and I don't have to sweat the wiggles and jiggles or what the market's doing, you bet. And I have seasonality working for me in terms of the overall market. That's what you should be looking for right now. So let's take a look at some of the other picks that I've highlighted in the chat room. Amazon. I love Amazon. You can see this horizontal breakout through resistance. We're above the AVWAP-E. We're above the 100-day moving average. Stock has relative strength. We've filled in this gap right here on a long green candle. Stock continuing to push higher. This breakout was resistance, is now support. So we are going to lean on that support level, and we're going to sell an out-of-the-money bullish put spread, 132, 130, so the stock can stay flat. The stock can move down to 132. The stock can continue to rally. In all of those scenarios, this spread makes money. The one thing that I don't want is I do not want the stock to break below this horizontal support level. And I've got AVWAP-E, I have the 100-day moving average, I have the 50-day moving average, I have horizontal support. All of these technical levels are going to attract buyers. I don't feel the stock's going to go below 132. At minimum, I feel it's going to tread water. If the market pulls back a little bit and we get the dip that I talked about earlier, fine. I could see Amazon pulling back a little bit. That spread, I'm not going to sweat it at all. In fact, if a week elapses, there's already time decay taking place on that spread, and I've already got cushion built into that trade. Yeah, I like Amazon. The other thing is that if I take a look at Amazon, Meta, Google, Apple, all the major tech companies, well, I'm looking for a year-end float higher in the market. Those companies represent 25% of the S&P 500. They have to participate. Maybe they don't go gangbuster participation on the upside, but at minimum, they will tread water. That's all I really need them to do when I sell out of the money bullish put spreads. So let's take a look at another one, Microsoft. Because I have to have a pick of the day for my next video, I'm going to pick Microsoft. I like this breakout right here. It's a beautiful horizontal breakout. You can see the spread that we're looking to do, sell the 340 puts, buy the 337.50 puts, do that for a 50-cent credit. That would generate a 25% rate of return. We'd like to stay within 4 weeks. Stock rallied up yesterday, so to get this type of spread off, it's not there right now. We're going to need to have that market dip to get that pullback. So as the market dips, I don't mind if Microsoft pulls back because it's a market-related pullback, but we can see the relative strength in this stock. It's not going to participate on the downside like other stocks would. So we see this gradual little pullback when the market dips, and that's going to let us get this spread off at our price, and that's going to allow us to lean on that horizontal was resistance is now support. Let's take a look at the next one that I highlighted, and it's the final one. It's Google. Google, that's a pretty choppy stock. Looking a little bit ugly, a little uncertain, sure. But during that big decline over the course of the last 3 months, what did the stock do? Well, it finally caved in after earnings about 3 weeks ago, and it had a negative earnings reaction, but it has since recovered very nicely. And now you can see from this earnings reaction, there was a gap. Well, guess what? There's the open right there after the earnings reaction. We are now in the gap. These gaps tend to fill. So once we're in the gap, this actually becomes a minor support level. That minor support level coincides with the 100-day moving average. I believe that Google is going to hold that 100-day moving average. But on a market pullback, could it come back and test that 100-day moving average? Sure. Could it break below that 100-day moving average a little bit? It depends on the nature of the market pullback. Sure, it could. So I want to distance myself and sell way down here where I've got horizontal support with a number of touches. So in this case, this should actually be the 137. That was a typo on my part. I want to sell the 137, 135 bullish put spread for 40-cent credit. I would feel very comfortable with Google pulling back a little bit on any kind of market dip and staying tight to that 100-day moving average, selling a bullish put spread below major horizontal support on the notion that Google looks strong, on the notion that the market is going to continue to float higher into year end. So I like this trade as well. I focused on some of the major tech names, really like that coin trade. If spot cooperates and pulls in a little bit to where we can get that spread done, also very, very nice. We're starting to see a lot of stocks pop up on all of our bullish searches. A few weeks ago, they were few and far between as far as results coming in on our bullish searches, but the bearish searches were loaded with great prospects, and that is what was telling us that we needed to favor the short side, especially when we broke below that 200-day moving average. And we had really nice day trading opportunities. We couldn't swing trade so much, maybe an overnight swing, but we had to be careful of that capitulation low, which we've gotten. Please go back and watch my videos over the course of the last 4 weeks or so. I've been calling for this move. I've been urging you not to load up on shorts, that the long side is where we are going to want to focus. That's exactly what's been taking place, and that's why all of my picks were bullish. But in every instance, I said, this is one we're going to want to take a look at when the market finds that support. And in every instance, they all have been moving higher and moving higher briskly because we could see that pent-up demand before that capitulation low even happened. If you're looking for a chat room, and I'd love to have your commentary, please post your comments in this video. I've never been in another chat room. I don't know what they're like. All of you have been. So please tell me about your experiences in other chat rooms, and then I can tell you more about our chat room. But this is a place where we've taken a systematic trading approach. I've explained why it works and how it works. Members read through the content, they master it. We're able to find these stocks using Option Stalker Pro, and then we actually put the game plan into action through posts in the chat room. Laser focused, no chitty chat in here, all trade related, post timely entries, post timely exits, filter out the traders that you don't want to look at, zero in on the ones that you do want to look at. You've got all sorts of resources to be able to go back and look at charts, and you can very quickly see every entry and every exit with timestamps, and we have our market rating, so you know generally which side of the market you should be favoring. Thanks so much for watching this video, everyone. Good luck with your trading. We will see you Sunday night. Microsoft was your pick that I liked.
Thank you for watching this YouTube video. I'm Pete Stolzers, and I'm going to keep the trade ideas coming along with lots of education, so make sure to subscribe to the channel and please turn on your notifications so that you never miss another trade. If you like the content, please give it a thumbs up. I've loaded 2 other videos that I think you're really going to enjoy. Stay tuned. We'll see you soon.